So how do you grow an options account with $10,000? How do you actually multiply $10,000 in general? This video, I'm going to be going step by step into how I turned $10,000 into $50,000 with options and what you can do following good risk management strategy to consistently grow your account. And the first thing you have to realize is how fortunate you are. The point is, you now have a skill that allows you to make money with money. You no longer need a middleman. Real estate is a middleman. A business is a middleman. Working with your hands is a middleman. Now, when you have money, you're able to multiply money with the stuff it's made of, money itself. Is it a coincidence that your retirement plan, your 401k, what allows you to actually retire is money that you put in the markets? Because everybody knows that the real way to make money in your sleep and consistently have it grow is by letting the market make the money for you. Not your hands, your mind. Not your feet, your thinking. So how do you actually do that step by step? The first thing I would do is that I would split that $10,000 into 5 ways, okay? That means that in each trade, you're only gonna put $2,000 in each trade. That way you're managing risk and you're also able to grow consistently with enough meat on the bone. Number two, you need to understand the difference between operational capital and risk capital. See, everybody always talks about the 2% rule. Oh, the 2% rule, the 2% rule. That means that you should only risk about 2 to 5% of your account. That doesn't mean that you should only put 2 to 5% of your account in the trade. That doesn't make sense. Think about it. If you put 5% of a $10,000 account in a trade, you're only putting $500 in that particular trade. So that means that even if you double your money, you're only going to make 500. But if you know that your risk is 500, you put $2,000 into the trade, your 500 risk represents 25%. But if you double that money, you just made 2,000. So the difference between making $500 in profit and $2,000 in profit is literally understanding the difference between operational capital and risk capital. So you can still risk a small account while growing your account consistently by understanding these principles. So after you split the accounts into 2K per trade, the next thing I would do is determine what the market is trying to do. You need a strategy that works to help you multiply the money. My favorite strategy is called the trend snap system. I wait for a trend to break, okay? I get in on the break of that trend and I make money. So for example, with options, if it's going up, if you think the market is going up, you buy something called calls. If you think the market is going down, you buy something called puts. So if it breaks up, we buy calls. If it breaks down, we buy puts. It's as simple as that. Matter of fact, I did a 5-minute video below explaining it. So if you want to check that out, feel free to click the link below and watch that. But after you have that strategy, it's now about a rinse or repeat system. The one caution I will tell you about this is you have to stay consistent in sizing. What do I mean? If you win a trade with $2,000, good. The next trade, use $2,000, okay? If you lose a trade and you lose the 500, the next trade, don't limit your size. You have to keep the same money, $2,000 invested. The reason is, if you keep switching the amount you're investing based on your feelings, you're going to skew your results and you're going to put your money in more risk than it needs to be. But consistency leads to cash flow. That's how you can consistently say, hey, I know if I follow this strategy, I'm eventually going to end up green. There's a student of mine that started with $30,000 in their account about 5 months ago, and now their account is over 6 figures in cash. Why? The same amount invested every single time, over plays, over profits, over feelings. Consistency is the key. I hope you guys are hearing this. Number three, after you begin to increase your account size, you can now start increasing your operational capital. Perfect example. Let's say you get into a trade with 2K and you double it. Now your account is 14,000. You started out with 10,000, you put 2K in, you doubled it, you now have a $14,000 account. So now the next trade, instead of putting $2,000 in the account, you split the money 5 ways. Now you can probably put 2,500 in each trade or 3,000 in each trade. And this is how your money begins to compound over and over and over. Before you realize it, you've made more money than possible. I remember my biggest trade was one in Amazon where I put $300 into a trade, and in less than 6 weeks, it turned to $30,000. Yes, you heard that right. I did not stutter. $300 to 30,000. While that was a home run, there's a principle there I want to share with you, and it's called the risk-free principle. What you have to do is once you've made over 100% profit in a trade, you sell half to get your capital back, and you leave the rest of the money to keep multiplying. So instead of making 100% in a trade, now you can make 150% or 200% or 300% because you left some skin in the game. Okay? If you follow the risk-free trading principle, that allows you to grow confidently, and it's like having free money. Imagine playing the lottery and knowing that you're guaranteed to win. Why? Because you've already taken all the risk off the table, and everything that you're gonna make now is pure cash. Moolah, baby. And a third way to grow a $10,000 account, and what I would do with it, is literally only put 50% of my capital in the market at any given time. So if you have a $10,000 account, that means you can only do 3 plays at one time. The max I will put up is 6,000, leaving the other 4,000 in cash just to sit there and to chill. Again, you're growing an account while practicing risk management. The secret is the rate of return. You see, if you put your money in the market at 8% interest a year, you're gonna take 9 years to double your money just once. With the trust stamp system, we're doing that in 7 days. Literally, I got into a play with the group on Friday called Amazon and Meta, and they were already up 42% on that trade in 2 hours. Guys, this is unheard of. So if it was me and I wanted to grow a $10,000 account, swing is what I'll be doing. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.